Okay. So, one of our top streamers, Cenat, is apparently in the news right now for a huge riot over his PlayStation 5 giveaway. Well, I'm looking into it, but BBC News isn't usually not the best way to receive your news. But man, like if you're gonna do something this big and you're gonna be that, all right, well, let's see what happened.
Internet personality led to chaos this afternoon in New York City.
There are several thousand people here.
About 2,000 people converged on Manhattan's Union Square after.
I mean, if you're going to do a giveaway, that's gonna happen. You're gonna have a bunch of degenerate motherfuckers who want a free PS5. This is gonna happen.
Twitch streamer Cenat promoted a huge giveaway to millions of his followers.
$100 is $100 gift card, chat. $100 gift cards all here, bro. We gonna go crazy for New York, man.
In the confusion, people began throwing bottles, climbing onto the roof of a subway station, and tearing down construction barriers. Police.
Are we really going to argue that, like, when you flex money and you give you tell people to show up to a place where there's going to be money and free stuff involved, of course shit's going to go down.
Police tried to disperse the crowd.
If you refuse to leave, you will be arrested for unlawful assembly. This is the New York City Police Department.
Some in the crowd pelted officers with debris and shot fireworks.
After numerous warnings and after being assailed, hit with rocks and bottles and other debris, we started to make arrests to clear out the park.
A few officers were injured, and those arrested filled a city bus. Police also removed Cenat for.
Okay, that's hella meh.
Chaos erupting there in New York City during a PlayStation giveaway by the Twitch streamer Cenat. He's now facing charges.
Again, like, if you're gonna promote something like this is going to happen. I'm not sure what people are expecting.
After that chaos erupted over there in Union Square in the New York City area. Now I want to bring in criminal investigations expert Joseph Giacalone, a friend of the show who always joins us to break down all these complicated issues, these kind of strange things that pop up. This one obviously
Okay, well, we're gonna break down the complicated issues.
creating a bit more chaos than you may have imagined for folks going to get a PlayStation.
Look, even in his eyes, he's like, dude, this is like, I can't break this down simpler. We're going to do this. We're going to provide this and do that. Congratulations, you have a bunch of dumbass motherfuckers that show up. Like, even this guy's like, yeah, no shit. I'm giving away some free shit. I'm a rapper, content creator. Everybody show up to this place. And then we have chaos. Because people are dumb. Like, how are you not arguing this? You can see it in this guy's eyes right now. Like, yeah, people are fucking stupid.
Good morning, Joseph. Thanks for taking the time to join the show.
Thanks for having me, Giacomo.
So,
yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, this was absolutely crazy what just transpired yesterday. And goes
Crazy. No, it's completely normal.
to show you how vulnerable the city could really be.
in regards to certain situations, especially if they go unchecked.
Now tell me.
Unchecked. Completely normal. What city? Like, this isn't normal behavior. You have a famous person telling people there's going to be a giveaway, and you collude a bunch of people into one spot. What do you think is going to happen? Well, everybody is going to be chill and calm. Absolutely not.
We see this this video just really kind of unfolding there last night. We understand that this was, again, a popular Twitch streamer. His name's Cenat. He was giving away a PlayStation or PlayStations. You see in some of the
We used to do giveaways on YouTube privately. We never did it publicly. We never incited the police for a goddamn reason. This is what happens. You tell people there's a bunch of free shit coming. They're going to collude into one spot, and they're going to invade the peace. Because naturally, we are stupid human beings. There's free shit. Of course we're gonna fuck the peace up.
the video that he's in a vehicle actually and just being surrounded by so many cars. Tell me, what are potential charges, and let's break down some of the charges that he is actually facing for this, which includes 2 counts of inciting a riot as well as unlawful assembly after.
Oh, that's a good question. What are the charges for inciting a riot? Like, this stuff needs to stop happening. Like, I get it. I'm a total loser. I'm not a big content creator. But for the other bigger content creators, like, is this what you want to do? Incite chaos? No. If you do this kind of shit, you 100% should be held accountable for your actions. Like, what happens when this kind of stuff goes down? People are going to be crazy. People are going to get trampled. People are going to die. You're not going to hear about people that die from this, but it's going to happen. And we can go back to the Genshin Impact bomb threat, everything. This is not normal human behavior. You cannot do this.
A massive crowd of thousands there popped up.
Right, so inciting the riot is actually a pretty heavy charge in this incident. But here's the problem, Giacomo. If they don't get prosecuted, you open the door to more of this stuff. So you...
Exactly. If we do not prosecute content creators for this shit, then we open up a door to more of this. And then people will get hurt, more people will get killed, and then, like, you can't normalize this kind of behavior. This is not okay. This is literal terrorism. Like, am I crazy? There are thousands of people there, and they're freaking out and they're running around. Same thing with a bomb threat. Like, they're going to trample over top of each other. People are going to die. This is not okay. You can't do this kind of shit. And I'm tired of people saying this is okay. Oh, as a content creator. Nobody gives a fuck about you being a content creator, man. Like, you're inciting terror. People are going to die. If you want to do a giveaway, do it privately with your own community and don't do it public. If you're going to do it public, then you have to do it with security and do it professionally. This is not professionally.
You have these social media influencers or whatever they're calling themselves, doing these things, and if the consequences aren't harsh, meaning he doesn't get prosecuted or he doesn't go to jail or what have you, you only open the city up to more of this stuff because you're actually making people famous. People have never heard of this man, like I've never heard of him before, but now all of a sudden he's a household name. And this is
Yeah, never heard of him before either. But now I know him as a fucking tyrant and an asshole.
the problem that you're dealing with social media. I mean, I know law enforcement, specifically the NYPD, goes through social media and stuff, but you can't, cover all these things. I mean, giving away a couple of PlayStations, you don't think that was going to bring.
You can give away PlayStations without doing it in an entire public space and inciting. Like, am I crazy? Like, you can give away a PlayStation without having 5,000 people in one place. Like, you can do it in a different way. And one guy gets a PlayStation. Alright, let him cook. Alright.
Bring in thousands and thousands of kids. The issue that comes down to is you open yourself up if you don't condemn this. Now, I haven't heard any of our.
I 100% condemn this. This is fucking stupid, dumbass content behavior. This is ridiculous. Like, why are we getting the police involved in this? Like, they have riot shields. Like, this is. I completely condemn this. Like, I literally want to hear someone tell me this is okay. Okay? Somebody argue with me that this is normal, not unhinged, not degenerate behavior.
Our usual politicians in New York City condemn any of this, right? We have a number of virtual signalers out there who want to talk about everything under the sun except for when there's a real problem. Like,
Go back.
Out there who want to talk about everything under the sun except
Like
for when
that.
there's a real.
Is this normal human behavior? Tell me this is not just unhinged, degenerate behavior. This is no longer making a point. Like, what point are we making here? Like, what is this?
Real problem like you have this morning. I mean, the radio silence, so to speak, is deafening. Nobody's out there.
People are getting arrested for being stupid.
So we have some serious leadership problems.
If you're a content creator and you promote this kind of shit, fuck you. Fuck you.
I mean, as you look and see all of this really unfolding there in New York, something that really just, I mean, it's really unfolding there. And
like, is this what you want your viewers to do? To just run around kicking cars? Like, is this what we're promoting now? We're inciting chaos? No, we're not.
New York, something that really just, I mean, it looks as if, you have almost angry crowds rather than folks going to get PlayStations. When it comes down to
over a PS5, like, are we this desensitized from reality? Like, we're rioting in the streets for a PlayStation. Make it make sense.
To a potential defense for this person, do you think that the influencer could perhaps say,
like,
well,
I don't
didn't,
like Fox,
this
but
many
like,
people
this is
were going to come out? What would be a potential thing?
Fuck me, guys. Like, I don't care too much about these guys who are. I don't like Fox, but like, I'm seeing what's happening. It's live. You can't tell me this isn't happening. Over a PlayStation. Over a rapper giving away a PlayStation. Like, are we animals? Are we this degenerated? Are we this disassociated from reality? That we're willing to harm the people that we care about over a PlayStation? Please tell me I'm not insane. Please tell me that there are people that do not think this is okay. Like, this is absolute insanity. This is complete, unhinged, deranged behavior. I'm not even halfway through this video and I don't even want to watch it, but I'm going to. And I'm still going to be disappointed. Stop!
Thing that could maybe protect him in this case, or is the evidence pretty strong?
Well, I'm sure that his defense attorney is going to try to bring all that stuff up, but I guess you'd have to go by the sheer number of people who follow him, right? I mean, if he's somebody like me who doesn't have a lot of followers, then.
What the fuck did this Ford do? This is someone's car. Do you think you're cool? Do you think you're a badass because you're jumping around beating this car up? You're not. You're a fucking loser.
You know, you could say, well, I didn't expect more than a handful of people to show up. But if he has thousands or hundreds of thousands or millions of followers, you have to be really mindful of that and understand that they call them influencers for a reason, because they have a huge following. And when you do,
yeah, well then fight for something that's important. Like, what are we fighting for? A PlayStation? 50,000 people are riding in the streets over a fucking PS5. I'm not kidding. We are having this conversation because chaos is erupting in New York City for a PlayStation 5 because a content creator said he was going to give it away. Congratulations, you are animals. You are trash.
doing stuff like this, giveaways specifically, right? So people hear something that's for free, they're going to all come. And it's a problem that you're dealing with now on a much bigger level, specifically when you're talking about inside Manhattan, because if you look at now the property damage and the assaults that were going on in Union Square, you know, how many complaint reports, like how many crimes were reported out of this? Are they going to tell us next week that Manhattan's still the biggest safe city in the world? I mean, this is the kind of stuff that makes people like myself crazy, because you watch this city descend into something that we haven't seen in a very long time. And when you're dealing with especially juveniles, you have a lot of things that are going against you. You have raise the age that came out of Albany, that you have to treat everybody under the age of 18 as a juvenile. So that becomes a problem with prosecution. You have a DA in Manhattan who doesn't prosecute many cases. He said it from the very beginning that he wouldn't. Is this a case that he's going to just skip over also? Like I said, you set when you don't condemn it, you condone it, and this is because this could be a real problem for me.
Exactly. If you don't condemn it, you condone it. Enough is enough. Like, this is ridiculous. This is not normal human behavior.
New York City.
I know that New York is often
There's literally a young child being arrested right now because some stupid degenerate adult decided this was a good protest.
big gathering place for major events. I'm sure there are many influencers, celebrities that like to go to New York to hold events like that. Have you seen anything like this happen before, especially from that social media influencer kind of side of things?
We saw a couple little flare-ups like this, but this crowd was absolutely huge, and it caught this police department off guard. Also, because generally when you have a celebrity or something that you have to file a permit to have a number of people in a specific location. So the police department are ready for it. A pop up something like this. This is like one of those house parties.
No, and it was something I was saying a couple days ago. You get enough people involved, you don't need any paperwork. You just have to have enough stupid dumbasses in one place to make a point. And usually that would be a good thing. But right now, this is not.
Parties that go crazy when somebody posts here, we're having a house party, and everybody is welcome, and it becomes a huge problem for you. I mean, I think they are up to a level 4 mobilization, which is the highest mobilization that you can get citywide. That means every precinct in New York City was sending cops.
I mean, if they were badasses, they could have at least kicked up one light.
In a van, at least 10 cops to this riot. I mean, that's how many cops you're dealing with in this situation too now. But remember, it takes a while for them to get there.
Especially through crowds like that in a busy urban area there in New York City. Any questions that you have about really what led up to this? And another question I had.
Do you want my opinion on this? I think people are just unhinged and completely insane. They want, like, we've been living in peace for too long. They want a problem. They want to create the problems. So they create problems. So they have a moral high ground to stand on. So they can virtue signal. So they can pat themselves on the back every day when they wake up. For, tell themselves, I'm a good person. But they won't actually go and do anything about the real problems. They just want to create problems in their mind. And here we go. We are literally riding in the streets for a PlayStation 5. I get it. It's like $800. However, we're destroying property. We're getting arrested. There's a fucking 14-year-old in front of me right now being arrested because adults are completely unhinged and delusional.
Do you think this may change the way that New York City handles their policing policies? And do you think that they may be able to learn anything from what just happened?
Well, we'll answer the second question because that's the most important one, right? You got to remember that the city gave in to protesters from the George Floyd riots where we had a couple of years ago, and they paid out millions of dollars, and they blamed the police for everything. Then they dropped all the charges against all the protesters, and they continued with civilian complaints against the cops. And then you have active politicians that are trying to get rid of the NYPD's strategic response group, which is the ones that handle this kind of thing. So
And this is going to be a hot take. So when you defund the police and you allow chaos to ensue, you get chaos.
You've admonished the police department for using tactics like kettling and everything else when you're dealing with crowds and riots. And now you have a situation where the police department is kind of, it's like apathy and ignorance, right? Who knows, who cares kind of thing. They don't know what to do anymore. And this is exactly.
And that's a very good point. At what point do we have apathy and who gives a fuck?
Exactly how some of our politicians in New York City want the NYPD on their heels and not being able to deal with a situation like this. And it's absolutely sad and it's horrendous, specifically for the residents of New York City.
And if Cenat is watching this today, Fucking shame on you, man. You want to incite a riot for a PlayStation 5 giveaway? Like, what are you trying to prove? Like, there's absolutely no reason for any of this. CTV, I'm sorry, I keep like I was literally trying to research this. I just didn't want to overlap. No, I have my own take on this. It's fucking disgusting, is what it is. Like, content creators need to be held to a higher standard if you're going to do a giveaway, especially in a city like New York. Don't incite chaos. Am I crazy for thinking that? I might just be a low tier content creator, but like I think this is fucking stupid. Thousands of people are getting hurt. Somebody might have actually been killed. Like, this kind of behavior is fucking disgusting. That's my fucking take, and I'm fucking sticking to it. Sorry, guys. Good night.